The episode kicks off with a group of American military soldiers storming a house, searching for a man with a bomb. They notice that this man's head and thumb have been mysteriously cut off, as if a ninja was involved. We meet Kuro, our main character, who gathers with his fellow ninjas on a rooftop. There's some friendly competition in their conversation. Kuro questions the choice of such an exposed meeting place. Fearing a sniper might target them, their gathering is interrupted when they spot their rivals, a group called the Rear Enders, on a nearby building, staring right at them. Miracle, one of Kuro's fellow ninjas, is eager to take the first action. But Kuro, claiming to be the strongest, insists that he should lead. He analyzes the opposing group and figures out that the one with a clown face is likely the strongest. Kuro gives Shion specific instructions to use his laser to target her arm when he gives the signal. Kuro then heads to the railing, preparing to slide down the building. We then flash back to July 22nd, where Kuro is in his room practicing with blow darts. Suddenly, an unexpected visitor surprises him. Kuro wonders how he didn't sense the man's presence. They engage in conversation, and the man offers Kuro a job, warning him that trying to escape could be deadly. As they talk, a dart falls from the ceiling and lands on the man's head. Kuro tries to stop it, but the man thinks he's being attacked and grabs Kuro's hand. Kuro's first task is to infiltrate a school, and he decides to make an admissions call. Realizing it's usually his parents who make such calls, he seeks help from Kawado, his roommate. When he visits her room, she's in the bathroom and asks for toilet paper. Kuro goes to get it for her, but an embarrassing mishap occurs when he accidentally looks at her. Despite the awkward moment, she helps him make the admissions call by pretending to be drunk. After the call, she reminds him of the drinks he promised. Kuro sneaks into the next room to grab 2 beers from his roommate's fridge, and they have a lengthy conversation while enjoying their drinks. They discuss Kuro's mother, who left him after giving birth, and the meaning of his name. He also shows her some dart-throwing techniques before taking her to her room after she falls asleep. On his way home, Kuro spots Adono returning from work and hides to avoid being caught. When he gets home, Uno is angry to find his fridge empty, but Kuro hides under the floorboards before Uno discovers him. The next morning, Uno confronts Kawado, believing her name is written on the fridge. He threatens to call the police, but she counters by saying she could accuse him of stealing her underwear. Back in the ninja world, Miracle realizes that the higher-ups want to deal with the M-Hell's Rear Enders, the rival group. Katu and Ozi debate Kuro's ability to handle the job. Katu supports Kuro, citing his takedown of a foreigner as evidence. On July 23rd, a man in a hoodie asks a clerk about finding a ninja. The clerk humorously tells him that there are so many ninjas around that he could accidentally hit one with a rock, but no one would notice. He claims ninjas are everywhere, silently watching, with a rich history from the Pacific Theater to modern times, infiltrating various institutions. Episode 2 starts with a showdown between Kuro and a member of the HL's Rear Enders. Kuro lets her know she's been tagged and that a satellite is ready to fire at her. The show then shifts to Kato discussing an incident involving someone cutting off male organs and how it was handled. The scene changes to July 23rd. A foreigner is on the lookout for a ninja. In the park, a person named Sasama, who's also known as Mr. Breast Milk, offers breast milk to kids. The foreigner comes across a symbol and a poster, which he verifies with his associate. The poster warns that a person's male organ will be cut off if they urinate on the wall. The associate ends up killing a man by bumping into him while still on the phone. The foreigner figures he needs to cut off 2 or 3 male organs before a ninja contacts him. He wants to save his daughter. Later that day, Kawado spots Uno urinating by the side of the road and also sees the foreigner. When Uno returns home, he undresses while Kuro peeks at him and notices him wearing a bra. Uono explains that the night his beer went missing, he saw a drone flying away with Kawado's bra, so he reached out to grab it. He claims he saw a boy controlling the drone, which Kuro dismisses as a stalker. Uno further explains that he didn't return it right away because he tried it on that same night and then got it washed, thinking it would be weird to return it freshly washed. The next day, news spreads that someone has cut off 2 people's male organs and left a message on the walls about wanting to become a ninja. Late on July 24th, Sasama pretends to urinate on the wall and the foreigner attempts to cut off his male organ. However, Sasama fights back and runs away. A chase ensues, and Sasama defends himself from the foreigner's karambit, a type of knife. Sasama manages to overpower the foreigner, who resorts to using a gun. Sasama turns his torso invisible and escapes. On the same day, 8 hours earlier, Kaito walks in while Kuro is wearing a bra. Kaito notices the tag on Kuro's jacket and asks about his job. He mentions the Nerima slasher and offers Kuro a job to get rid of him. The showdown continues, and Kuro uses his jacket to make his upper body invisible. The fight starts, and he eventually defeats her. On July 25, a little girl looks for the foreigner. Sasama engages in a conversation with her and offers her breast milk. She runs away and finds him hiding under a shrine. She tries to cheer him up and brings him water. He tells her about his daughter and the mission he failed. Later, Kaito meets with Sasama and discusses stepping down from his position. Sasama attributes it to the never-ending battle at Timbuktu. He criticizes the Prime Minister for not using his priority command and the lack of government control over their militarized organization. Kaito mentions the UN and suddenly leaves. A storm of UN troops rushes in, followed by Sasama's mysterious disappearance, marking the end of Episode 2.